Good evening, and welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the think show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so called African American didn't find their way to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the Indigenous One. And tonight's program is called Wake Up. Your identity and land is being taken from you right in front of your eyes. You watch it. Matter of fact, most, and this is African Americans, don't mind, just give it right away. And one of the reasons they do that is called something, if you ever hear a brother named Neely Fuller talk, he talks about confusion. One of the ways that all these people are coming over, making us look like hoes, is because we're confused. We don't know, huh? Mhm. We never know nothing. And so I'm going to show you how it's done. So, pass this to the young kids, the ones that are, 20 and under, because they're in that part of their life where they're up in flux. They don't know what to do. I don't know if I want to go to college, if I want to go to the military. They don't know what they want to do. And when they step out there, you have a whole bunch of these dumb neos giving them all kind of stuff that's going to confuse them and keep them fucked up the rest of their lives. And we're seeing it. So we can't pretend like I didn't know it's happening right now, because we're not giving any information from the family. People step in and be quasi family and try to teach us and make us conscious, and all they're doing is confusing. So I want to share something with you to show this has been done with the Nation of Islam, Christian church, that Greek shit. All that stuff is to keep us confused so other people can come in here and get your stuff. And we're going to show you what your stuff is tonight. I mean, you should, many of you who've been listening with us, you already know what's happening, but we're going to show it to you in pictures tonight so you can make a better connection. I want to welcome everybody in the chat. Copper Colored Lifestyle, Paul McGlory, Daryl Thompson, Copper Tone Bear. Welcome everybody. We're going to get through this and check out the information that Akamak God Mama shares with us. And like I said before, share this with the youth, the 18, 19, 20 years old. Okay, so we got these cats going around the neighborhood. They call themselves Moor. They wear the fezzes and whatnot, on their heads. And when I talk to them, I ask, like, why are you going around confusing the community? What, why, everything, more's in it, Amorica. I mean, you think of a word that has more or sounds like more or has the word more attached to the name, they're responsible for that. They say that this is them. They're responsible. This proves that we're Moors. And so one of the questions I ask Moors all the time, because it kicks out a lot of bullshit. I just simply ask them, well, who are the women that birthed the Moors? And then they go into nigger mode. I don't know. See, they don't know who the women are who birthed the Moors, because everybody is birthed from women, mothers, right? Right. So this is how you find out stuff. This is how you find out stuff about yourself. Who are the women that birthed you? Where'd they come from? Now, what African Americans, they believe that somebody 5,000 miles away put their mothers on a ship. She was where everybody's pissing and shitting and sloshing around on the ocean. They and bought them over here, and nobody's never shown them any boats. African Americans believe that's what happened. They're building museums for that shit. And you pat them on the back and say, good job. People tell you stuff to control you, to keep you in check. So back to these Moors, because they're a real problem in the community. Real problem. Say, brother, well, who are the women that birthed the Moors? They don't know. So then you just go do a cursory look. Now, this is the Wikipedia dictionary. It's not the all in all. It's not everything, but it's a resource. And you can go get other stuff. You can go get whatever resource you want to get because you have a computer in your hand. So when we talk about the Moors, these are the Moors right here that you see on the screen right here. These are Moors. So I'm asking myself, well, why are these niggas trying to be other people on the other side of the world from a desert? These cats live in a desert. And these brothers over here, so it's just like the story with the Nation of Islam. They talk about some dude, Fard Muhammad. Who was this cat? And upon further study, you find out he just sold heroin. He was nothing. And many of us today, knowing this information, still call that man God. Right? Yeah. This causes confusion amongst the people. This is just one aspect of it. It's in everything you know or that you think you know because you don't think for yourself. You take other people's ideologies, more Christian, whatever, and apply them to your life, and you live by those morals and values. You don't do what the people who you come from do or what they did or even care. So I just wanted to bring that up because this is how the community remains confused. We get information that don't have a goddamn thing to do with us. And then we pass that shit on to our children. They pass it on to their children. That's how we stay confused. So I just wanted to share that. When somebody say something, so I'm gonna start taking so what more say they are, I'm gonna start treating them like that because this is what they're saying they are. It's coming out their mouth. This is what they are. Almost every time a Negro speaks, he says he's something else. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? So tonight, it's Friday night, y'all. You know how we do it on Friday night. From the Accomack, the Virginia Peninsula in Virginia. When these invaders first stopped here, they saw these people right here, the victorious Accomacs. How you doing tonight, Lisa?
Hey, Kayuk to the
How you?
chat. The greatest chat ever. Most intelligent people. Hello to you, Indigenous One. Is so glad that you have me here. I'm so honored to be in your presence. Thank you very much.
Stop.
Bowing down, bowing down.
No.
But yeah, appreciate it very much. How was your week?
It's still going.
All right, well that's good. Late may it continue. May it
So,
continue.
what I was telling the group earlier, you're going to share some things with them that, what's going on in real time, was put in real time, what's going on with the rest of the world. They're showing us what they're doing. So, I was telling them you're going to share that with us.
Right. Yeah, what is going on in real time? Okay, so basically, this is the thing. I wanted to kind of share the fact that, first of all, um, a lot of the things that we're experiencing just happened. Okay, uh, a lot of what everything that we're experiencing is propaganda. Everything is mysticism, and we're led to believe all sorts of things we don't need to be believing, right? So That's one problem. The other thing is, the fact is that most of your land that you should have, because you are who you are and your ancestors left you this, you have an inheritance waiting for you. This is your property. This was just taken. A lot of y'all, it was just taken in the 2000s. So a lot of us we're led to believe that we're some kind of cattle, that we were some kind of cattle to be slaughtered, and we spent 400 years in some kind of hell. When if you look in your family records, you're gonna find out that a lot of the time y'all was winning. You were the farmers, you were making money, you were traveling the world, and it wasn't a bad situation. You're gonna find some people that's gonna be in a bad situation, but you're gonna find people that are not in your family when you do the real research. And when you do the real research, you're gonna find out that these psyops animals didn't come into play until late. A lot of this land theft just happened in the 1990s, not the 1990s, but the 1960s, the 1950s, the 1940s. They started stealing your identity then. They didn't really. They started getting it set up to steal, but they really didn't actually get to go in and get it until like 1970 to the 2000s. So and you gotta understand, they don't know this. I don't know where they're from, because all the time they try to tell everybody else who they are. They're not. We don't understand where they freaking are, who they are, or where they came from. And the other thing is that when they do come here, and you start looking at the propaganda and the things they do, and the movies they do, and the research they do, and the television shows they do. Like, I was thinking about a show called Mutual of Omaha, um, National Geographic. Uh, for the younger people, it might be Crocodile Dundee. All these shows where they're exploring animals. Motherfuckers, if you've been here for thousands of years, don't you know the animals? What the fuck is all this? Like, shouldn't they know everything since they act like they know everything? Why are they always researching stuff if they already know everything? If they've been here so long and just have done so much, how come they're looking into all of this? I didn't want to get into that yet, the free Negroes, but I'll get into it, because the free Negro heads of households, that's gonna be your ticket. Because Carter G. Woodson did something in the early 1920s while Plecker was doing his work. Carter G. Woodson was doing his work, and he was keeping catalogs of the information of your families that were not only Negro heads of families, but also Negro slave owners. And he has this catalog. And in this catalog, you're gonna find out a lot of the white people that claim that their families is doing all this stuff and has all this land are really Negroes. Most of these people, not I'm gonna say half, the majority of these daggone white folks ain't who they say they are, at all, at all.
They don't even have their real names, because they got those funny names like Wukshavitz and stuff like
They
that.
have changed their names to your names, and you will find out when you look in and Carter G. Woodson's Free Negro Heads of Families in the United States. You'll find out. Now, this might be a edited one. I don't know. There's actually, you ain't got to wait to get this possibly edited out one. It's available online. You can just actually download it. It's actually available online. And let me tell you something. They got the names of these people. When I go through the court records, see, when you're at the level when you're actually looking for your land and you're actually sorry. Oh. Let me get out of here. Okay, sorry. When you're at the level when you're actually getting your land and doing these things, um, you're gonna find out. See, this the thing is that everybody's distracted. You got folks on YouTube talking about having debates about ancient Indians and stuff that ain't doing a damn thing for nobody. I don't mean no harm, but this is the reality. We don't have time to be playing. We don't have time to be wasting. We've already been bewitched, distracted, detoured long enough, you need to get to work, and you need to get to work fast. And so when you actually start to find out, okay, look, okay, this is my ancestor, this is where they're from. Okay, let me get back. Okay, where are they at? Okay, oh, seems like they've been in here for a while. Oh, I made it back to the 1800s. Depending on where you are, 1800s may be far enough. If that's where your people are from, and they had always been there, then they always been in Georgia, and it's early 1800s, baby, you made it back far enough. Some people get it back to the 1790s. That's way far. Most of the counties in Georgia ain't started in the 1790s. So a lot of what you do is depending on where you're, you know, what state you're in. Some of your people migrated from Virginia to Georgia and Alabama, so then you're going to find people popping up that pop up in another state. They'll pop up in North Carolina, or they'll pop up in Virginia earlier than that. So that shows that you were migrating out. Okay. Now, nobody tells you about people migrating out, because that's not what the scenario is. You just a poor slave being sold all over the place, and people get sold. I'm not saying that people weren't enslaved. There's war. Whenever there's war, there's slavery. Whenever there's people trying to they're gonna take your land, there's slavery. That's good. That happens. Now, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there are so many different scenarios and the way things went. And so, what you need to do is you need to get real with what your family story is. And once you start getting to the point where you know who your people are, like the Accomack, we know that we're Accomack. And now it's about, what did the Accomack have? What did they do to the Accomack? Well, the Accomack was suing in court in the 1680s. We got a daggone settlement out of that case. We have land out of that case. We got to fight for that land. That's why I have a petition. Please go to accomack.org. They have a petition to sign. We have a petition to sign, but that's also why I'm in a lawsuit right now with two different entities. So the lawsuit is about trying to get that land back, right? But when you do the research is not a law thing. The research is a genealogy thing. The research is knowing your ancestors thing. You have to be intimately familiar with your people when you are going this deep. You got to know what you know about them on a very, very, very thorough level. You got to understand who is who, what names of your people, where they were at. And you also got to think about, okay, look, yeah, you got to be able to dig in deep and find out, okay, look, this is the ancestor that's on this property. I'm related to her through this one, that one. I can retrace her and trace her to me. That's how we're connected. We are connected. Okay, you got to be able to do that. You also got to be able to look at land and say, okay, where is it located? Can I prove this located on this land that is current today? So you're taking, for my case, the settlement was in 1680, but the portion of the settlement still wasn't actually. They tried to take it. They took it from us in the during the Nat Turner, Indian Wars. So during that time, 1813, around that time, they were trying to get our land from us. That had already been settled in the 1680s. Okay, 1680s. So anyway, and the fact of this is that my fact of saying this is that a lot of this stuff, when I look at these court records, a lot of this stuff has been falsified, switched, names been changed, and it's not something that they did back in the day. Because back in the day, your people still own the land. Back in the day, your people were still farming the land. You keep going, your people might not be farming it, but they leased it out to people. But you still had the land. So the land loss didn't happen until recently. But you don't know it because people stopped talking about stuff, and you weren't interested in what's going on in the family. You weren't interested in your family genealogy. You're interested in ancient Indians or some other stupid stuff. I don't know. Okay. But you need to be interested in what is going to be for the betterment of not only you, but your progeny, not just your grandkids or your kids, but the people that are going to come hundreds and hundreds of years after you, the same way my ancestors and your ancestors looked after us, because they set aside land grants and patents for our inheritance. And then if you don't have the daggone will in yourself to actually capture what they put aside for you, what the hell's wrong with you? That's your land. They set that shit aside for you back in the 1800s, 1600s, whatever the case is for you. People got shit out here they can't imagine. I'm looking at the damn going travel network. Motherfucking bitch got a damn house that's built in a cave. Okay? The thing is fly as shit. Yeah, she says she put about $1 million of work in it. I don't know if that she put $1 million of work in that shit. I don't know if I believe it or not. I don't care. But this white woman got this damn cave in Arkansas. And I know there's a lot of Indians in Arkansas that's on this damn broadcast, that listen to this broadcast, that I have been in, contact with. Why aren't you getting your shit? This bitch is in a cave. She knows. She said, "Oh yeah, the Indians, the indigenous people who lived in this cave for thousands of years. Thousands of years. That's your property. Why are we letting people just sit on our property and we worrying about dumb shit? Who's talking about who? Who's doing this? Who got this? Who's saying that? Dumb things that aren't going to get us our inheritance. Work on your real shit." Carter G. Woodson did a lot of work so you could identify the thieves. You can identify the land grab, because you can identify that they lie. Most of the people that are the deed holders that took the land, so called, and the county that I'm from, my people are from, were melanated. You would believe that these people that took all this land was white because that's what they want you to think. But they're frauds. They're not even the people that took the land. They weren't fucking here. So you need to get your stuff together. You need to get it together and get the daggone data while you can and get to work. It's not a game.
Lisa, let me say this real quick. I just want to say this to the audience. So you see, the things Lisa are talking about are like everyday things that we can do today. Like I say, that's why I say get with your families. Your families are your religious congregation, your football team, your baseball team. You got to get with your family because all of you guys know something about the family. You imagine if you put all that shit together?
Exactly. Exactly. Put the stuff together. Get it together. These people are on YouTube to distract you. I
They're
hear the most ignorant stuff out there. And I'm like, they got the biggest audiences. Does that mean there's a lot of ignorant people? I don't understand it. I see intelligent people on these daggone broadcasts where people are talking about a bunch of nonsense. You got to be focused on what is going to make a difference in your future people and your family to come. You cannot be distracted by these daggone charlatans. Half of these people are the same daggone, I don't know what they are. They're either bad Indians or they're evil Europeans. I don't know what these people are. I don't know what these people are. They're on these broadcasts. But whoever so they are, I can guarantee you this. They're the same people that got us hemmed up into the condition that we in right now. I bet you that. I bet you they're the same people.
Lisa, you're gonna have to let me know the name of the pieces to put up because I erased them all. Sorry.
Right. Well, I mean, it depends on where you are as far as Paul McGlory's talking about you got to go further than 1800s. No, it depends on where you are. Because if you're from a little town in daggone Macon, Georgia, because I did someone's genealogy, and the daggone county that they're from, they always been in that county, and they predate the county. Pretty much, they hit the daggone gold mine. That's it, really. They're those Indians, you know. And a lot of people did go back and forth to Louisiana. I had some people that they said um, came from Louisiana or went to Louisiana. That's true, but everybody's journey is not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same. But what you need to do is get on the freaking journey and stop playing And then once you're on a journey, stop playing with that. Like, do real stuff. Get your people organized into an actual Indian. What are you waiting for? Get your daggone people, your family organized. Get your people organized and together under your indigenous name. Get your affidavit together. Get your identity changed. Fight for your land. What are you doing? All this, I know I gotta go. Well, so Paul, what are you doing? You went all the way back further than the 1800s. What the hell are you doing? You getting anything done? Do you have your Indians located? Do you know the name of the tribe of the nation or the nation that you belong to? Do you have it figured out down to the county of the people that you are? Have you organized your family? Do you have yourself a daggone Facebook group where you got yourselves together? Do you have yourself I'm like, come on. Everybody wants to do all this stuff, but are we really moving ahead with this? We need to move forward. Time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. I don't understand why they can't find a book. Free Negro Heads of Families. It's Googleable. It's actually is actually online on, I think it's efreebooks.com or something like that. It'll come up. You found it on Amazon? No, it's actually online. Anyway, came from America. You can't be worried about people that can't accept that people didn't come from America. If you understand it, you are the onus is on you. If you understand it and you're not doing anything, Samuel Alice, it starts with you and it ends with you. Because there are people in my family that are not going to believe it. But when I get that land back, you think they're going to believe it? You think they'll believe it then, Samuel Alice? Oh yeah, they're going to believe everything once they
I
see that happen.
go. I prayed for you.
I knew you was gonna do it. I just knew it. Okay, you know what I mean? They're not coming to the protest. Okay, they're not going in for. They're not standing in front of PNC and protesting. They're not at the park going to the summit. But yet, when the damn money starts to fall, they're gonna be right there in line. Okay, so no, Samuel Ellis. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are not gonna believe. It doesn't matter because guess what? Everybody is not that lineage. You know, everybody doesn't have it. Some people are convinced of it because they ain't them. They're right. They ain't Indians. They may be Europeans. They may be something else. I don't know what they are. They may be mostly European and just appear Negroid now. White European, even. You could be a white European and look like a Negro today. It don't mean nothing. People change their daggone outward appearance. Phenotype is a fan is a it can be a phantom thing, depending on what's up. So no, they may not be convinced because they are not that. Everybody's not an Indian. Some people are something else. And really, you're not going to get everybody to understand at the same time.
So Demaric Ballard asked, so did anyone actually get their land back? Like here in this chat.
Nobody's doing the work. I have a lawsuit. Okay, how you going to get your land back, Demaric? You have to do the work. I have a lawsuit right now with two entities. Okay, can you get your land back? Yeah, you can, but you got to fight for it. I mean, I've received land. I've gotten land back that I didn't have to fight for because just knowing your genealogy in itself can get you connected to land that you just happen to fail to claim. I got 3 acres that I didn't know existed. You know, but that's not what I consider getting land back. I consider, hundreds of acres or thousands of acres. That's really getting my land back. So yeah, you can get a little land back easy just by knowing your genealogy well and going back to your original counties where your folks are from. Yeah, you can probably get a few acres or more just by knowing that.
Did that answer your question, Demaric? So what's the next slide, Lise?
Well, Yeah, I'm all kind of so really because so this is the point. The point is that you need to be focused on getting this real work done, and you need to not also get hung up on how far back did I get or not get. Like you got to get back further than the 1800s. If all your people are from here, if there's no leap from there going, you're not gonna have necessarily the whole lightning in a bottle of everybody's from the same place like the Acamax. You're not necessarily gonna have that. You're gonna have like four different grandparents, possibly from four different tribes, or may not even be from tribes. One might be a European, partially, blah blah blah. I don't know. I would like to hear more about the Moors and how they relate to copper colored Americans.
They don't.
Why do you think the Moors relate to copper colored Americans? Moors is just like you belonging to a society. Moors is like you deciding to belong to the daggone Moose Lodge. That's what a Moor is. Moor is like daggone Fred Flintstones. What were they, Moose? That's the same damn thing. You decided to join a lodge of a certain people that want to call themselves a certain thing. They have nothing to do with any real genealogy. They don't have anything to do with your personal daggone bloodline connectedness to any land that's here in America. So that's what they are. It's like belonging to a lodge. If you want to join a lodge, keep the lodge over there. But Moors don't have anything to do with your bloodline inheritance. Because why? Because they're not your family.
You see what I'm saying? And we got to get to the point where we 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 know this stuff. I mean, this dude's 40, 50 years old, still caught up in that stuff. Really, dude? And we don't like to learn. We like to say stupid. And then when you just ask simple questions, notice you can't communicate with them. Notice things about these, like the church. You can't communicate with the church. They're not your family.
Right.
They're not your family. You
And they
can't.
serve to separate you from your family. That's what they both, all these things are, what do they serve to do? They all serve to separate you from your family, which is your nation, which is your inheritance and everything. Okay? All these things, religion, all these little sects, and then we got these indigenous sects. Oh, these little indigenous lodges and shit, societies where they're trying to tell you they can give you your daggone identity and do all these things for you. They cannot. They are not your family. They have nothing to do with your bloodline inheritance. They're trying to tell you stuff like you're an ancient Indian or some bullshit. Half of the people in there ain't even Indian at all. They're
Right.
they're daggone Europeans. They don't know, and they're leading you into a daggone national to become a nationalist, or they're gonna be have diplomatic immunity. You can't have diplomatic immunity, nigga. This is your damn country. Think about shit before you do dumb shit. You can't be a diplomat in your own fucking country, you damn idiot. That doesn't make any sense. Walk like you know that you have the rights that you have. Don't walk like an idiot. Do you know how dumb that makes you look when you're submitting paperwork saying you want to be a nationalist in your own fucking country? That you want to give up your rights to citizenship in a country that people damn took from you, that you're the landlord of? You better have everything. If you This is your country, you need to be a citizen. You need to be the landlord. You need to be everything. Everything this rocking in this country, you need to have access to. Cutting yourself off from that, you are an idiot. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Do not believe those people trying to sell you a bill of goods, talking about, oh, you're gonna be a national and you're gonna do this and you gonna say, oh, you're gonna deny your citizenship. Okay, guess what? What happens when they deport you? Let's talk about that. What's that slide on? What's the one on sitting in limbo?
Okay. Coming
That's right. More confusion, Free Hawk. Kayuk, Free Hawk. Kayuk.
Yeah, man. Yes, here it comes. Here we go.
Chief whatchamacallits from Rhode Island sign up you up for a tribal card. What's that mean? Who's Chief whatchamacallits? And how do you get a tribal card if you're not a member of the tribe? How does that happen? Anyway, they're already separating the rich and the poor. That's already they don't got separated. That's already separated. What they've established is that they don't need no poor. They don't need nobody but themselves. And so that's why they trying to eliminate y'all. But fortunately for y'all in America, looks seems like they're giving up the fight, the COVID fight. But there's other things coming, okay? There's other daggone war acts coming against us. Believe that. And this one's called um this movie is called Sitting in Limbo, right? And oh, it's the best drama movie of 2020. Okay. Sitting in Limbo is about how they deported people in the UK back to the islands, right? In different places, I guess wasn't just the islands, but they just decided that look, we got too many people that here that oughtn't be here, so we need to send some people back, okay? And we need to cut all the way back. To see, my whole thing is, why did they even bring them people over there in the beginning? What was behind that? So, because this boy, this man in this movie, the guy in the image, he came over there as a young child, like in 1965, right? So I'm like, so they brought him over there in 1965. Him and his mom, or his mom didn't even stay. It was just him, really. So I mean, why were they bringing these people over here? Now, evidently, they had taken a hit from the wars, the World War II, and they maybe needed more people to work certain type of jobs, maybe factory jobs, menial labor, servants. Maybe they lost some of the servant class with the war. That's one thing. But maybe also, maybe they were trying to wash away those black Europeans because just like what they're doing here with the Africans coming in, they try to flood out the indigenous people, right? Get us all, washed away in a ball of these foreigners, so you can't distinguish one from the other. Call us all Africans, and then you don't know which ones. Well, you can't tell who you can't distinguish one from the other, right? So maybe all those people from the islands were there, like I said, to just flash out, to flush away the black Europeans who had always been there. Okay, so that's one theory. Um, and also they could be, like I said, servant class support. But now they don't need service. They got all kinds of automated shit. They don't want to take care of these people. These people are living longer than ever, so they want everybody to go back. Give them $1,000 and send them back packing. Okay, go have a good life. Get the hell on. Okay, put them in jail for like a month or so, and then send you to whatever island or wherever you came from. People don't think that shit couldn't happen here. You don't think that this is a global plan. This is a global plan. So if it already has occurred in the UK, don't think the USA ain't looking at that. And the first people they're gonna look at is y'all idiots with shady paperwork, doing shady paperwork, volunteering to call yourself a foreigner, getting involved with these dumb groups like the Moors and damn Hebrew Israelites or whoever else and all these little daggone indigenous aboriginal groups that are trying to daggone do shady paperwork to declare yourself something when it's not your bloodline. They'll say stuff like, "Oh, I'm an ancient Indian. I know from the ancient Indians here, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Olmecs. I'm an ancient Indian, so therefore I don't need to go through any kind of tribal U.S. classification." Nigga, please stop lying, because your genealogy don't go ancient. You fucking idiot. Okay, so excuse my French, but that's ridiculous. So, they cannot win using all those kind of, games that they're playing. All right. They need to stop it. So, this movie is like an example of the fact that, okay, they already are doing it, y'all. Don't you think that the U.S. want to do what everybody else is doing? Everybody, this is a world plan. It is not just UK, it's not just Australia. The things that they're doing, the US is salivating to do, but we got this constitution, and we got some woke people that are here that's preventing them from prevailing. The other thing that's preventing the USA from prevailing in this and putting out all these plans is that they're not that smart. That's the other problem, is that these United States leaders are not that smart. They just don't have their shit together. They don't have things organized, and that's the other reason they're not winning, because we want to believe everything they tell us. Like, we're idiots in the fact that anything they tell us, anything come out of their mouth is the truth to us. So that's a problem. Well, yeah. How are you ancient if you're still living? That's right, Demarique. That's how does that work?
So aren't a lot of those terms they put on us, they're like, so when the word is spoken, we will be that. What word is spoken?
Right.
Like that military stuff.
Yeah.
Kid hut. And they
Yeah.
do whatever they do.
Right.
These words they use, we don't know what they mean because it's not our language. These are other people coming up with names and terms for us.
Right.
We don't
Mm,
even know what they mean. But
right.
we'll wear it on our chest. We'll get it tattooed in the middle of our forehead.
Right.
Seriously.
I don't understand how long we gonna let other people tell us who we are, tell us what our history is, tell us what any history is. How dare you tell us what? Why are you the expert at anything? Why you come someplace and then you let everybody say that you discovered it? You are not a discoverer of not a damn thing. Stop using those terms. The things they do, it's like they so crazy. It's insane that we allow it. It's
Right.
insane that we let it persist. And they paint these little story pictures of how they are and how righteous everything is and patriotic and all this stuff. And we all just let it be like it's a fact. And it's not a fact. And it's time that we start standing up to that. If you don't say no, then you're saying, "Oh yes, sir, it's all right." High vibrations to you too. Winasa. Oh, Winasa. Copper color life. Hello. So yeah, let's go to another one. Pick anyone. Let's see where that takes us
Well,
to.
you're gonna have to you're gonna have to help me because I
What we
lost
got?
them all.
You lost them all. Okay, so there was
I'm
the
doing
other
Anchor
movie.
Baby next.
There was another movie called
Anchor Baby.
yeah, Anchor Baby. Yes.
Okay, here we
That's where
go.
we are right now. So right now we got people that want to be us, right? We got oh y'all, I was watching something about the schools in Texas and all across the country. Okay, let's go on with this. Anchor Baby. Look at that. Look at that image. Okay, you got a white man. I don't know what he's supposed to be doing, stopping him or defending him. I don't know what he's doing. But okay, she holding her belly, right? So the whole thing is you want to get into America and you want to have that baby that is American, right? You want that baby that's going to anchor you into America and it's going to anchor you on the backs of us, okay? These people are anchoring themselves to our backs. Trust and believe, if they were really your relatives, they wouldn't have to go through all that. Because if their DNA really is our DNA, then they got some rights because they got family here. They got us. Their family was transported here. So all this shenanigans about anchor babies and trying to do that would not even be necessary. But the reality is they ain't us. And we don't share that DNA. So they got to do whatever they can do to get in and fit in. Because once they get here, oh, they can get anything. You know, they're not going to stop them from getting any kind of grant, job, or whatever. Why would they? They can't claim the land. They're not a threat whatsoever. So they get all doors open. You got more of them becoming CEOs of companies than any of us ever achieved. They are on the news. They running for political offices all around the country, and y'all have voted for them. That's a good film. Wow, I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna watch that. I do not watch any of that Nollywood shit. I don't watch it. I'm not trying to support that shit. Okay,
So,
not.
isn't it? Don't you think that's one of the ways how a lot of us we just feel all warm in the tummy on from the immigrants because these movies
Stop.
like this.
Stop even watching that shit. Actually, I go through Netflix and I give a thumbs down. I don't watch none of it. And I go through all those Nollywood movies and I give an automatic thumbs down on that shit. I don't want to see none of that shit taking precedence over us. We haven't even had a chance to do shit. It's our money out there. Everything that they make in this country is our money. Everybody that's rich in this country is rich off of us. And yet we can't get no money rolling back to us. How are y'all okay with that? How are you okay with money rolling out and feel all these damn people taking damn leading roles and things over our daggone people?
Niggas with it.
And we haven't done shit yet. We
We with
haven't
it.
really had a chance.
Kids ain't got a chance. Your kids getting shot down in the street,
Their kids
and
come here and they good.
we cool with it.
And
That's what
we're
I mean, y'all. That dumb, some
you
dumb.
don't even see the way they're trying to friggin' they're trying it's war, man. That okay. What's the next one we got? Because this don't make no sense. That's the thing. We can't. Copper Color, no, that's not a good film. It's not a good film. I don't recommend the film. Don't watch the film. What I'm trying to do is make a point. The point is that that's what people are doing. Okay. And we don't need to watch their films. We need to stay away from their films because it's just ridiculous. Stop trying to make other people rich. Stop taking the daggone spoon out your mouth and feeding somebody else. Okay? Stop doing it. Stop doing it. We cannot keep making the same mistake and thinking we're going to get different results. We're not. We've done that before. We always feeding somebody. We can't keep feeding the world. They all fat as hell. Okay, we got all these friggin' Afghanis here, right? Afghans. They get put up in military bases. 50,000 of them are in Virginia alone. They got them at Fort Dix, New Jersey. They got them all around the country, okay? 50,000 just in daggone Virginia at daggone university campuses and shit. So what do you think is going to happen with these people? Well, I can tell you the same thing that happened to every other immigrant group, like the Turkish, the Nigerian. They going to give them a damn hand up. I was watching a documentary the other day about the damn Turkish and how they got all these daggone charter schools. Getting $5 million per school. Now you know how many times the indigenous one talks about why don't we start our own schools? Well, these Turkish people coming in off the rip. Started daggone in these schools, not teaching nobody. Got unqualified teachers teaching stuff. People just collecting checks, sitting around, twiddling their thumbs. Kids, daggone special needs kids sitting in the hallways on the floor, not even being taught. On video, hidden video by teachers captured it, and they still got hundreds of schools all in Texas and all around the country now. But what are we doing? We get nothing. We get nothing. But we applauding all these foreigners coming in. Oh yeah, it's all good. I watched that. I support it. Why? Don't support anything if it's not supporting you.
And they damn sure don't support
Don't
you.
support anything if it's not supporting you. We have to stop it. What else? What's that right there? Oh, that's Nat Turner. Okay, so Nat Turner. Let's go back. So we're at war now. We got people that's trying to. Why do you think Nat Turner shit went to the left? Why didn't we just run them out and kill them all when that Nat Turner Indian War happened? Because we had snitches. Because we had snitches and daggone shady ass people. We always have snitches and shady ass people. Okay? They're always around us, fucking things up. You know, they're always doing that. So we would have been good had we got them the fuck out of there with that Nat Turner war. But we didn't get anybody gone. And instead, a lot of us moved on. Some of us ran to different states, moved around the country, and then the Trail of Tears, blah blah blah. And then the racial integrity, the Indian Removal Act, all that, whatever happened. If that is true, whatever else happened, we do see in our genealogy the migration of our people at that time. So it does coincide with us actually making moves and getting gone, leaving Virginia, etc., etc. So that we know for sure. But what we do need to understand is that these things happen and then they don't work because of what we didn't do or what we did do. That we snitched or we didn't support. That we didn't take action. We just stood by and didn't help. That all is a problem. And that's the same thing today. If we stand by and don't take action, then we're the same as daggone what happened with Nat Turner. We're not helping the situation. So we're letting the bad situation continue. It's time for you to take some action. You can't just stand by. You ain't got to daggone take an axe to somebody's head, but you sure as hell can tie somebody up. I mean, take some action. I don't mean literally, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you need to get to moving. You need to actually make moves and actually get your shit done. Get some things going. At the very least, sign the petition for the Acamax. If you're not gonna actually petition and get your own land, at least help the people that are doing something. Hell, do that.
It's kind of like all these grocery stores. Now, most of the stuff in these stores are 90% garbage.
Uh huh.
With all these so-called black farmers and these guys who are growing their food, we can't do nothing to feed ourselves. This,
Y'all, I had I'm back. I have chickens. I had a lot more, but predators got to them. But and I have a couple of geese and a duck, and I have what I now know is a rooster. Anyway, I had I had two eggs this morning from my chickens, right? And it got to be like 7 o'clock at night. I was still outside in the dark doing stuff, cleaning up, trying to put fresh mulch and stuff and hay, pine straw down and straightening up back there because it's a lot when you have animals. Anyway, I wasn't hungry, but then I was tired because I've been doing all this stuff all day. And I was like, I'm tired. I was like, shoot, I ain't ate since breakfast. I didn't even realize all I had was those two eggs from the hens. But I wasn't hungry. I was more like tired. And I was like, well, let me see. I'm tired, but what did I eat? But see, that's when some food is real food. You see what I'm saying? Those two eggs, I know what's in them two eggs. I know what grain I give. I know what corn they get. I know what seeds they eat. I know what worms they have. I know what they're eating. And those eggs are not like the store bought eggs. Because the store bought eggs, I would have been hungry like maybe a couple hours afterwards. But I went all day long and didn't even think about eating nothing. That's the difference when your food is something that you cultivate. And we got to do that. We're gonna have to do that. We got to get back comfortable. I mean, you can't like say, "Oh, I want this back," and then not be comfortable with what you're taking back. Because when you're the stewards of the land and the animals, you have to be ready to be a steward of the land and animals. Like you just have to be comfortable with it. Somebody got to be. Maybe not you in particular, but you got to have your people. That might not be your gift. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. But somebody's gonna have to be the steward. But that means us taking those steps to get people to start doing it. My sister's not comfortable with having the animals, but she got a sister who is. That gives her access to somebody who's able to, cultivate, livestock and have these healthy eggs or have a beehive or whatever. See, we have to get moving in all those areas because you have to be bulletproof, you know, because the reality of this, when you talk about being I want to be out of the matrix. See, everybody wants to talk on this internet, all this stuff. I want to be free. I want to get out the matrix. I'm going to get my identification. I'm going to redo my birth certificate. Okay, blah, 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 boo, boo, boo. Bullshit. You got to be your real Indian self. And when you actually are that, then you also have to realize that if you really want to really, really, really be free, then you have to have all your freaking structures together. That means you have to be able to provide food, provide shelter, provide security, provide a court, provide all these things, provide a military, hospitals. You got to be able to provide all that shit if you really want to be a nation. Now, my thing is dual citizenship because I'm not trying to get rid of nothing that I already paid into for hundreds of years. That's still damn mine. I'm not saying no to nothing from this daggone the blood sucking entity that has taken everything from us. They better give us everything back that I can possibly get. So I say dual because I want it all. But the reality is, you still need to be working to create your independent entities. That has to be happening, right? You have to have that in the works. You have to have that in the works. So I don't understand how all these people have time to be on YouTube talking about debating Africans. I could give a care what a freaking African pan African thinks. Fuck them. Let them go back to Africa. I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn what a damn Moor thinks or a fucking Hebrew. I don't give a shit because that is taking time away from the work I have. I got research to do. I got papers to file in court. I got shit to do. I got protests to put out there at PNC Bank. I got shit to do. We got to make our daggone moves. We got to make ourselves known in the community. We got things to do. So all this other stuff that people are doing, they are fraudulently leading you astray. They are for entertainment purposes only. That's some bullshit. Understand that. You're being distracted by some bull entertainment. I'm just saying.
Okay, that's birth of a nation right there.
Oh, Birth of a Nation. Okay, cool. Okay, so with Birth of a Nation, so understand that we're at war constantly, right? But in reality, when you look at your genealogy, you'll find out why are we following these people's laws. I don't know what she's talking about. I mean, I don't know what that means. That doesn't sound like anything I understand because the reality is man-made laws. Okay, what are you gonna do? How are you not gonna follow man-made laws if you have a job? Do you live in this country? I mean, like, make it make sense. Okay, you can only not follow man-made laws if you're actually independent people with your own land and you've already established your own nation and you've got it free and clear. So that's why we're following people's laws because you're in a matrix in which you're daggone under the daggone spell of these fucking people. Okay. Now, how do you get yourself out of it? Rashan Mush. I don't know what that is. But how do you get yourself out of it? You get yourself out of it by actually knowing who you are, what you are. I don't know what you are or where you're from. I don't know what your story is. But you got to find your own people, whether they're in this country or somewhere else in the world. And you got to get to them. And you have to find out where your homeland is. And you have to find out what your daggone lineage is. What's your bloodline lineage? What are your rights? Do you have a inheritance to claim and claim your inheritance? And then once you get your inheritance, you got, even before it, you have to have your people gathered together, and you have to get yourself structured into the point that you have your own constitution, and then you have your own daggone, you have your own, you're under your own trust, and you have your own declarations, multiple declarations, not just one, and you're in the process of self-governing, because it's a process. You're not just going to jump and be, free and non-conforming. You can't be free and non-conforming. Do you have I have a trailer in the woods, with solar panels, and they're going, marine toilet and stuff like that. I can be totally off grid. Are we doing that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's stop talking in all these big, grandiose parables. I don't know what that shit means. I'm tired of people talking like that. It sounds like you're talking goobly goop. I don't get it. Because really the reality of what we do is very simple. You either are about it or you're not. And the proof is in you. The proof is in you. It's not gonna be. It could be a bot. You're right. It could be a bot. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that with the face and the look and name. It didn't make no sense.
Well,
That's the kind of
a
stuff that
lot
people.
of
But see,
people.
that's the kind of stuff that they're talking about. Indigenous one. That's what they're doing out there. They're talking like that kind of stuff, and all these other channels, except the indigenous one, they are talking like that. All this circular bullshit that
So
means nothing.
right, but check out what they're doing. So she's a foreigner, and she's here trying to tell you, or she might be about, I don't know, but that entity is a foreigner from somewhere else.
Right.
They're not talking about the indigenous people where she's from, because remember, all these people are fleeing them.
Right. Talking all this shit. They're
Right.
not going to give you anything. You have to take it. What are you talking about? You're going to take it what? Okay, go back where you came from and take that shit. That's why everybody's running over here to try to get something in America, because they're so fucking willing to take their shit in their own country. No, they can't even get their own shit in their own country. They want to come over here and take our shit. So what are you fucking talking about? You don't even know a thing about anything. You're just talking bullshit. And you know what, they put these people in these groups, you know what they want to do? They want to put that talk out there so we can be viewed as some kind of militaristic, or some kind of group, that's some kind of deviant group. Get the fuck out of the group, bitch. Get the fuck out. Okay? Get out of this chat, cuz that shit don't go here.
You
Okay?
know,
We're
that's
not taking anything. What we're doing is getting our rights back, and we're getting what's rightfully ours. You're insulting to this whole group, because talking about taking things and giving things and being all militaristic and talking about stuff like that. No, this is not about that. We use legal mechanisms, use our legal rights, and we do things the way our ancestors did it, and the way we're supposed to do it. You're being insulting. Get the fuck out.
so. But when these people come to the forefront, I'm saying you got to call out what they're doing. So who is this person? They're probably a foreigner.
I'm from DC, born and raised. That don't mean shit. That's where all the fucking foreigners are in
Right.
DC. That don't mean shit. You from DC, born and raised. You fucking immigrant baby. Get the hell out of here. Get
Anchor
the
baby.
hell out of here. That's what we don't need. We don't need that shit. We don't need that kind of energy. You telling people what to do in their own homeland. Get out. Get out. Go fix your place where your people are from. Go fix where your parents and grandparents came from. Go fix that land. We're fixing things here. Indigenous people need to fix their indigenous homelands. That's what they need to do. I guarantee wherever your people came from, they're catching hell. You need to go take care of that. Don't advise over here because you don't know the half of our history. You don't know us. First of all, you don't know me and you don't know my history. So don't even try to advise anything over here. Go take care of yourself. See, that's what they do. They come in, they insert themselves, they have the superior attitude to think that they have the audacity to tell us what we should be doing in our own homeland while they assume our position. They got a little melanated complexion, so they're going to act like they're us. They're going to privy themselves to all your benefits, but get more because they have, a different, a different kind of, hair texture, and they got a different kind of neighborhood that they come from and a different kind of diction, so they're able to elevate themselves above your ass, step all over your face, climb all over to the top, and then look down on you and tell you what you should be doing. Get the hell out of here, bitch. Get the hell out.
Jerome.
Get out. See, that's a problem. That's what happens. And you cannot do the same thing and expect to get the same results. Recognize these predators when they come in and fucking show them the fucking door. Let them know, look, predator, you came here and I didn't invite you. This is my homeland. So you don't have the right to tell me a motherfucking thing. And you need to get the hell on. Because as soon as we get all this stuff correct, your ass is going packing. Anyway, you're going to have to go. Okay? Because we don't need to be having you all up in the mix, competing for anything and messing up our daggone ecosystem. You got to go. Go fix your own ecosystem.
So, okay, what about this movie right here, Birth of a Nation?
Birth of a Nation. Okay, so this is the thing. All this stuff is about the propaganda. This is the supreme evidence of how they have done us every day since really they started with Harriet Tubman. But okay, so Birth of a Nation. That's when they set the daggone the foundation. What are the Negroes? Oh, they're horrible politicians. They're ignorant. They sit there eat fried chicken up in Congress. First of all, y'all peep this. If we was all up in Congress, why do we think we were slaves? Not having no land, not having no rights. Because nigga, we weren't all slaves. And some of us was in Congress, and some of us was in the Virginia Assembly, and some of us was running damn counties from the very beginning. Look at that book, Carter G. Woodson. You'll find out half the people they claim are white are actually you. Anyway, moving along with the Birth of a Nation. Birth of a Nation had us looking like we was trying to rape and kill white women. We're just lascivious. We're just this lecherous, horrible things. Sloppy, lazy, everything negative. That was the propaganda was put out. Okay, and mostly they wanted that we were we were trying to kill them and take their babies and their children. That's the thing. And what it did, it set the foundation for all the terrorism that occurred and all our great cities and towns we created all across this nation. That's why we were firebombed all around the nation. This movie made that happen because people see it and then they do it. People see it and they believe it. So this was the call to all the daggone insecure, all the poor and disenfranchised immigrants to go and get the Negro. And it continues because they come in here and they're taught that we're lazy and we're this and that. They're taught that we don't want to do anything. We don't want to go to school, that we're not smart. They're giving all this propaganda when they come into this country. So that's why they feel like they have the right to just disrespect us at will. Okay? The propaganda is always being constantly fed. But at the same time, what are they showing us about the whole the pale face. Oh, they're so good. Oh, life is good for us. Oh, we have nice neighborhoods and we care about each other and we we're Christian and we're doing all this. Okay, so you're giving this picture of pale face society, that they are just the most wonderful beings, patriotic, wonderful, caring, conscientious, good, morals and all that kind of morals and all that stuff. No. Okay, that's the picture that's painted, right? It continues to be painted that way. They talk about everything that they do was a discovery. Everything that they do, they're the first. Okay. Never mind, nigga. You only did that in 1930, nigga. There was people doing architecture for daggone hundreds of years. How can you be the first modern architect in 1940? That sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me, and it all is, because they label themselves first, best, greatest for everything. And so this becomes what we believe. And this what becomes what we measure ourselves against. Oh, they're the best. Or they're the greatest. Or baby. Oh my God. What is his name? The one who did the Peanuts. What's his name?
Artie, George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver had what? Hundreds of different daggone patents for just the peanut alone, right? The nigga, what the hell? Why aren't we all growing peanuts? The peanut is magnificent. He found all kinds of things that they could do, making paint and all kinds of stuff out of damn peanuts. We are geniuses, okay? We don't give ourselves the credit, let alone them give us the credit. The person that lies first is the one who gets to who gets to be the right, the one that everybody follows, right? I lied first, so therefore I'm right. And that's what the pale face does every time. They lie first. They tell the first lie, and therefore they win. And they lie and they lie and they lie.
So it's like he who tells the first lie wins.
He who tells the first lie wins. That's the way America is great. That's the way they win. He who tells the first lie. So they keep lying. Oh, this COVID is it's devastating. It's from China. And so what does everybody do? They believe it. They put these daggone scientists out there. They believe it. The first one to lie about something, everybody believes the first one. People come after that. Oh no, it's not true, y'all. This is how viruses pass back and forth. You gotta have a cough. You can't be symptomless and have it and have the COVID and pass it around. That doesn't make sense. Not only that, let me tell you how vaccines work, y'all. Vaccines work like this. In order to have a vaccine gives you a little sample of the sickness so that your body's own immunity works. So shielding yourself from this daggone virus is not helping you. It's making you weaker because your own immunity is not able to work on it. Oh, but that's the truth. And that's logical. But see, they lied first. So they got to tell you fantastical lies. And what happened? The entire world believed it.
You really think it's the entire world? Because
Yeah, I think overwhelmingly people are stupid, and it's sad. But I'm not saying the entire. I mean, we got people
right.
that are out there putting out videos and trying to tell people, but and we do have a media this trying to make sure that none of that information
Right.
gets out. But at the same time, just within your families, you can see people are dumb as hell. They're
Right.
just stupid. And I would say overwhelmingly, yeah, they have successfully stupefied the world. I mean, y'all saw that damn what's his name? Who's the one Floyd, George Floyd, that damn fake ass murder. Y'all all believe that shit. That a damn lightweight white man put a knee on half a neck and that's gonna kill a motherfucker. Y'all believe that? I don't know why anybody lynched anybody if just a knee on the neck will kill you. Seems pretty easy. Why lynch? Gotta have rope, you know. You gotta pull them up there. It's a lot of work. Tie it right. All a knee on half a neck will kill a nigga. Really? And a littler person than the person that gets killed? Really? But the whole world was up in arms over that. We are dumb. We're in a very dumb state. And we're very our attention span ain't good. Our attention to details gone. Our food is messing up our minds. We're eating all this estrogen. We're all emotional. All this soy food. All emotional. You know. First, it's gotta be real. You know. And that's the man. I mean, seriously, we're all emotional. I call it being mammified. Everybody's acting like mammies. Oh, Lord, the child, Lord Jesus. You know,
Right.
everybody's acting like they're a mammy because they just eating all this estrogen. And then we got these kids eating estrogen. It's all in the damn fast food. It's all in the processed food that we bring home from the supermarket. You think, oh my, I cook all the time. Well, then you cook the stuff. Half the stuff is half pre-made, and then half the stuff is all infused with estrogen and all that soy stuff. Anyway, you'll notice your daggone grandson got little breasts coming up. What the fuck is that? What is going on?
Let
We
me let
got
me
soy in the Similac. They're
Li-
getting soy from the moment they hit the earth.
Lisa. Let me answer this young lady's question. Shehan ya, that shit. I don't know. Don't ever say that again, because if ants, if bugs, I mean, little entities that really have no significance can us, can build empires in your backyard, and all we talk about is I don't know. The question is, well, how come you don't never know shit?
Right.
Nobody to It's up to you. When you come out that womb, the baby is learning. The baby knows what the newborn knows what to do. We be 50, 60, 70 years old and don't know shit.
Mhm.
Find out. Stop
Yeah.
wasting your time on all this bullshit. Music, especially, because that kills you.
Ugh.
It kills you.
Ugh.
Stop saying you don't know. All you doing is giving an invitation to people to come over here and ride you like a mule.
Ooh.
That's all that means.
Oh wow. Yep. Yep. I mean, think about stuff instead of just believing what you see. They got us so conditioned like Pavlov dogs, like ring the bell and we all ding 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 ding, we all in it. Remember that movie, Do the Right Thing? No, probably a lot of folks don't know it because they're not old enough. But where they had JJ and they rang, let's do it again. Let's do it
Right.
again. It's called Let's Do It Again. JJ was a boxer. He all skinny. Anyway, they rung the bell and he was like an animal. He just started beating ass. But I'm
Right.
just saying, that's the way we act like we got conditioned to believe whatever they say. They put it on the damn screen. We see it. We don't question it. We don't look it up. Whatever, whatever. We might look up something about Kanye or some stupid shit. Or did Jay Z actually was he really trafficking 5-year-old children for sex? Was he? Do I give a damn?
Right.
I give a damn about the 5-year-old children. Granted, I know these motherfuckers are doing that sick shit because they got all these fucking. That's what they do. They feel like, ha ha, it's my world. I do what I want. Ah, I'm a disgusting creature and I love it. Yeah, these demonic motherfuckers. Yeah, they do all kinds of shit like that. Is he and his wife involved in that shit? Of course they are. You don't elevate to a daggone level that they are and not have no fucking talent without being
Right.
without being involved in some demonic shit because they're really not talented. Jay Z ain't talented. Jay Z killed a lot of people to get on top. Biggie didn't die by accident. Fucking Tupac. All those super talented people, they died so these motherfucking losers could rise up. Pay attention to that shit. They sacrifice these people so they can rise on their bones. Don't be the bones. Pay attention. They're not gonna kill your ass and rise up on your bones unless you let them. And you let them by saying, "Oh yeah, they're good. I like that." I said, "No, motherfucker, they're not good." And when they're not good, you not only you cut their heads off, you cut them off. You don't even let them breathe. You want to do a knee on the neck, motherfucker? I'ma slice your neck, and you don't have to literally do it, but you just tell them, "Look, out of here. You do not have the space to be in my presence. You're not allowed. You're not worthy. You're not worthy to speak. Dismissed. You are dismissed." And that needs to be done all the time. We need to dismiss people all the damn time because all this is all words and spell casting and propaganda. And if you do not speak into existence the fact that you are dismissing them, that you know that their lies are lies, then you are actually part of the problem. You are part of the sorcery. You are assisting in the slaughter of your own people.
Daily.
Daily. Every day, every week, I'm on This Is Now on Facebook. And when Biden comes in there, I'm on his ass, making nasty comments at him. When my daggone governor is tweeting some bullshit, I'm on his ass. Oh, you brought in 50,000 immigrants? You need to take them to your houses, brother. Okay? They need to be on your doorstep. We did not consent to this. And we do not. So you need to be voicing your objections to these demons. These demons need to know that their tomfoolery is not working. You should be busy with that. Not listening to dumb folks talking about nothing. You need to be busy fighting. That's why you're slaying dragons and stuff. Killing these daggone demons out here, taking their heads off by letting them know they have no weight. They have no bearing and they have no rights is a full-time job. That's another one of my jobs. I stay at them. I stay communicating at them, tweeting, Facebooking, emailing. I can't let them know that you're not getting away with a damn thing on a regular, weekly, probably 3 times a week, 4 times a week basis. They all need to be aware of this. And your job is to do that. Because if you don't do it, who's going to do it? Just Lisa? Yeah, just Lisa's cool, but just Lisa's protected because they know I know what the shit is. That's
Rashawn
not
Mashid,
helping you. That is not
Rashawn
helping
Mashid's
you.
going to help you.
Huh?
Rashawn Mashid is going to help you.
He's gonna. All right, well, get out there. I'm gonna look for you in the This Is Now posters because they
So,
post every time Biden does a live.
hold on.
Biden is
Let me
on
just share something with
this
the
now.
audience. So let me just share something with the audience, what you're sharing. And I just want to show people how you can tell what people are. Now, what Lisa's talking about is all this stuff is happening to the American Indian over here. Everybody the world over has seen what has happened to you. They kill your kids, they fake shit on TV, they just dog you out, which makes it simple for other people to come from other places to come pimp your ass because you don't know nothing. So then you have this person like Mershid comes in. So I just want you to check out. So pay attention to what Lisa's been talking about the last 20 minutes and check out what this chick or dude or whatever they say,
Whatever it is.
whatever it is. Check out. I think somebody called him a bot earlier. She goes, she sounds militant to me. I guess it's okay for her to speak in that tone. Now, imagine a place over in Africa somewhere where somebody have came and killed all their people and messed up the town they come in. How do you think the women would sound? All you have a woman here who sees that the city she lives in, the children are a mess. How do you expect a militant? What does that mean? So to me, it means a Negro that's always trying to mess up your shit. Because I didn't hear no kind of militant. I hear somebody saying, damn, we have all these immigrants coming over here and we getting the shit slapped out of us. That shit don't sound militant to me. But this chick comes in, Mershid comes in and, oh, you sound like you mad. Why you can't you just hold everybody's hand in love with that type shit? That's how you know there's a stranger in you guys' midst.
Right.
Recognize that shit.
And also recognize how this person went from one end of the spectrum to the other, because they were saying, oh yeah, you got to be independent and you got to fight and you
Take
got to
your
do it. And
shit.
now you go, they go to the other extreme and say and call me militant when I say just get on their lives and let them know you don't consent. That's not militant. That is you letting them know they cannot do whatever they want against you, that you're not consenting to them poisoning your babies, that you're not consenting to them coming into your freaking town and inundating you with people and burdens that you're not asking for. That is not militant. That is standing up and protecting yourself. But no, you can't self protect. That's militant. But then before she's going to talk about, oh, you got to be away, you got to, and be independent and do all this. This person's all over the place. They're a fraud. They're fake.
Right,
They're some kind of government agent. That's what
right.
that person is. You're a government agent. Look, government agent. Guess what? Fuck you. You can't do shit because y'all are stupid. You don't know what you're doing. And guess what? You're losing. And guess what? This is not going to win because it's time. And our ancestors are more powerful than you could ever be. And you can use all your stupid little spells and tricks that you want to, and all your wordplay that you want to. It's not going to work. So give the fuck up.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
So we're coming up, we're moving into another space and time. A lot of us are gonna, you know, celebrate this new year thing coming in. Could you tell us, when these seasons change, what should be in our minds? What should be our goals? What should we be doing, in getting back into the rhythm of nature? How should we take these season changes?
Oh wow. I mean, I feel like yeah, we do need to be getting into the season. We also need to understand that you know, understand our moon phases, because we're more moon. All this sun stuff. That's that demonic shit. They all into the sun, Jesus, sun. We are moon people, so be mindful of our moon phases and try to get in line with that moon energy. Get out there at the night and do some moon gazing and get your mind um back into nature. Hug a tree, ground yourself, stand on the soil, even though it's cold out. Get in there and get your feet on some ground. Um, as far as we're moving into these seasons, it's very interesting because you know how they have everything all flipped and the calendars all flipped, and the new year should really be in March instead of January. Um, keep be mindful of that. And I know everybody's got all this stuff where they're all into this Christmas season, and I understand that because I came from a family where we didn't, we were Jehovah's Witnesses and we didn't celebrate Christmas, so I got issues. I felt denied holidays. I didn't celebrate no holidays. So when I had kids, I was like, I'm celebrating everything, right? So I understand the love of holidays because I tried to make up for it when I had kids, but now in retrospect, I see that Jehovah Witness thing might have had a point with that. But at the same time, we have things that we need to be celebrating within the season. This dormant season that is upon us, that's a time for renewal. Really, that's really the time of renewal. Not when the flowers are blooming. Yeah, that's life starting again. But really that dormant phase, the resting phase is when the renewal is really happening, right? So we need to actually rejoice on this and actually take an opportunity to renew ourselves. Understand this dormant phase, this winter phase, when everything seems to die off but it's not. That's what you should be trying to generate in yourself. That you some of these things need to die off in you. That's been a problematic for you. And your newer self, your better self needs to emerge with the spring. How about working on that? Working on letting go some of the things, some of the habits that we have, some of the distractions that we have, some of the people that we need to let go of. Sometimes the people need to be let go of in our lives also. The habits, the things we watch, the things we put in our head that are actually tearing away at us, you know, harming us, but we're not knowing about it. Be mindful of a lot of things. Be mindful of the energy fields, the 5G that surrounds you. If you need shielding from that, try to make a way to make that sure that you are shielded from it. Make sure your air is fresh. Make sure that your surroundings are the colors that you need to be surrounded with. Like I said, open up windows, get some fresh air. Make sure your water is a good quality. Get water purifiers. Um, and try to get back into making some things yourself and creating life or creating new things within yourself. We need to emerge this spring as the people that we're meant to be, the people we were born to be. You know how Carrie, you always say how we are so smart and so perfect when we're born.
Right.
We're so smart and we're so perfect when we're born. We need to make sure that, like in this dormant phase, we go back like you're in the womb, right? The animals, they be in the cave and stuff, they go and they hibernate, some of them. And you need to kind of do that, mentally, like get in your inner cave and be like, what do I need in my life? What do I need in my life? What's working for me? How am I going to emerge this super person that I need to be, that I was born to be? What do I need to remove from my life? What do I need to keep in my life? And I need to work on doing that during this door. And I need to heal. Also, you need to let go during this dormant phase of that stuff that's dragging you down from your past, whether it's those people, those injuries from childhood, from your uncle, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your daddy, your mama, you whoever, whatever injuries you're holding on to from your ex, your ex boyfriend, your ex husband, your ex girlfriend, I don't know, but you need to let go of those injuries that are also harming you because it hurts you more than it hurts them. They ain't thinking about you.
Freedom from the Outside has a question. How is the sun demonic? The idea of the sun may have been hijacked by foreigners' doctrines, but it's just as much a part of nature as the moon.
It is just as much a part of nature as the moon. And I'm not going to say that it's demonic. I'm saying that they do use it. They thrive on the moon for their demonic practices. Not saying that the sun is demonic, but you have to understand that they focus on that for a
They
reason.
use the symbol as demonic.
Yeah, exactly. That's part of their worship for a reason. So I mean, we've always been a more moon-based people. So that's what you need to kind of understand that. Not that the sun is bad. The sun is wonderful. We are the ones that can thrive in the sun. We are the ones that can absorb the sun's rays. And not that I do it, sun tanning and being in the sun. Yeah, no, that's gazing or whatever you do. But that's good. But you have to understand that we also have to be comfortable with our moon and our moon phases, and be mindful of the energy and the moon's ability to move us, because the moon is very powerful with water, and we are 65% water. And just the way it has an impact on the waves in the ocean, it has an impact on the way of the waves within us. So keep that in mind, that the moon is very powerful, and maybe try to get yourself a little bit more in line with that energy. That's what I'm saying.
Thanks for the insight. I misunderstood. Much love. See how simple that is. You see
Well, it's
just
simple when you have highly intelligent people like, the folks in your chat.
right,
I mean,
right,
it's simple then, but you go to some of these other places, it ain't gonna be simple because people just they just ain't with it. I mean,
right,
I don't know mean to be mean, but it's just true.
right.
I mean, these people are highly intelligent people that listen to your program. So I mean, yeah, it is simple when you got these genius folks listening.
Yeah. So with the new year coming up, in March, you
With the
think
new
you
year
think
coming up in March. Oh yeah, let's also. What about this, y'all? Okay, okay. First of all, like we went to this museum thing where they were celebrating. They were celebrating Indian, Native American film, or Indians and film, indigenous films, and they had a VIP session that we went to, a few of the Acamax, and they had some Native Americans doing some dances, and they actually admitted that their dances were Plains dances. They didn't have their own dances. They were using Plains dances, Plains Indian dances. Why? Because we are not them. Because we evolve. We don't have dances that we do over and over again repetitively from time infinitum. We always evolve. If you see, there's things that we do that are similar throughout time. You'll see. Look at what they're doing in Baltimore right today. Look at some of the dances that we did in the 1940s. Some of the footwork's very similar, but we're an evolving people. And that whole Plains Indian thing, that's Siberian stuff. Like, they just hijacked all that Siberian stuff and brought it on over into Native Americans all over the daggone country. And that stuff's not true. So what was my point? Where did I start at?
you were talking about them dancing up there?
Right. So they were dancing. It just they admitted it wasn't their dances, and then they tried to pull some dances they had learned from the Wampanoag, but the Wampanoag also took from the Plain Indians, lead, because they had to give tribute to their governors and do these dance. It's all the hijack. It's all the U.S. government's mandate of what an Indian is. And so you have to have a certain appearance, you have to act a certain way, you have to dance a certain way in order to fit the criteria. That's a bunch of bull. So what I wanted to say, I went to that because I wanted to say, you know what? Let's Oh yeah, y'all saw the video of that sister dancing. She was all inspired, dancing her little dance. I thought that was fabulous on TikTok. That's the thing. Let us be inspired to generate our own calendar. Generate, like Carrie says, he always talks about that. Like having our own dances, recreating, reimagining our own new holidays. Let's get that cracking. Can we get something like that working? I mean, we need to get back to that. Like, and it's not even a reimagining, just when you're ruminating with your ancestors, they tell you this is what we did, and it's going to feel right, it's going to jive, it's going to make sense. But we need to do things that make sense for us, things that we can celebrate. I mean, I don't think that I think a lot of the things that we do and a lot of things that these Europeans do, they actually take from us, because we were fire people. We love lighting fires and having lights and doing things like that. So all these candles and all these Christmas lights and all that kind of stuff, that's really reminiscent of what we did, having our fire circles and having our torches in a circle and doing all kinds of things to light up the night. We did that as we did our moon worships and did our dances and had our ceremonies and stuff. We did that. So how about getting more into elevating for the 2022 how we do things, how we do it. Okay, let's elevate how we define how we do this. Okay, let's put our creativity to work, to working out how we do it, because don't nobody got to tell us. We ain't got to take it from nobody else's daggone start. We can start it from here because we are who we are. So let's just do that. Let's reimagine where our culture is.
So we don't dance like that, do we?
No, we don't dance like no, we don't dance like
I mean, I mean,
we don't
this
dance
is
like
what I'm saying. How we be miss? We can't be dumb, y'all. We
yeah.
can't be dumb.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how do you think we look to the and see these are the people who was telling you to get rid of the Washington Redskins. Washington Redskins look like every one of y'all in this chat. These people come along and they're offended.
Right.
And guess what you say? Not a goddamn thing.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. We can't be stupid, y'all. Always whining and crying. Dude, these people are coming over here taking your shit.
Right.
And you wonder why we so militant. Mm-mm.
I don't even know if, I know Gabriel Rich says Europeans had their fire dance, but I don't even know if they even had their own fire dances before they came over here, because a lot of what they do, even the building of their houses, came from us. Them Vikings, them Norse people, they came over here early. 500. They came over here real early. And a lot's why you see a lot of the saunas and all that. They took all that from us. The saunas, the building of their houses, and I wouldn't even put past them the damn fire dances they took from us. So a lot of what you think is them ain't them, cause they've been canoeing. Talk about canoeing, the real speed canoes with those they're going Vikings. Them Vikings were speed canoeing their asses over here for a long time and taking back information and learning how to do things from us. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, they're definitely focused on the dead anyway, and in the whatever kind of way. They're always creating it. We always create it. Exactly. And let me understand it. Let's understand is what you have to understand about them is that they don't understand a lot, right? And they're always trying to figure things out because they don't really have a natural understanding of things. They don't have a natural connection with things. Like there's this whole series of shows on different ways of healing and stuff. And they talk about how these people go on, what is that acid. No, y'all have to get me from the chat. What is it? I keep getting this herb wrong. It's the
Awakasha or something like
ayahuasca.
that.
Yeah,
Ayahuasca or something.
ayahuasca, where they go and they go on these retreats in Mexico and Florida. They have a place too. But it was really funny. This woman was really revealing in one of these documentaries, and she said, "Oh, the indigenous people here think it's so strange that we use how we use the herb is not like they use it, because they only use it for actual physical, medical conditions, and we use it to get in touch with a higher deity. And what they don't understand is that we have no means of getting in touch with a higher deity. And so it's a medical condition that we have no connection with the higher beings. So that's why we had used it that way." And I was like, and then she was like, she says, however you use it, It's the right way. And I said, that's the motherfucking thing that they always do. They take indigenous shit and then they say, whatever you want to do it, it's right. No wrong way. Bitch, you don't mess with these ancient herbs and you don't use these things any old way you want to. That's why they got people dying and all kinds of shit and murdering people and all kinds of stuff happening in these daggone different um places where they're using this herb because they're using it out of order. They're using it in out of line of what nature and what the ancestors intended the use of, and they take it so light, like whatever you do, it's okay. That's because they have no inner compass, because they think that whatever they do is okay, but it's not okay. And then the planet ends up all messed up, and damn nature's all out of balance because they're doing all these things because it's okay in their minds. And that's the difference between us and them. We have a natural respect for nature. We have a natural respect for the balance. If we are our true selves, if we are ourselves in line with nature, we do. Because a lot of us have gotten out of line with who we are, and we become so indoctrined with this European mentality and lifestyle and value system that we're just as messed up as they are. We're just as out of touch with ourselves as they are. So a lot of us, the work is going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy lifting in this work, because you're going to have to uncover all the daggone layers of stuff that you've piled on yourself to make yourself into somebody that you're not. Because these people don't have the nature and the connection to nature that we have. But a lot of us don't have that connection because we've allowed ourselves to be altered too much.
Say that again, because I feel a lot of people don't get that. Because it's like we hate nature. I'm not saying everybody, but
Yeah, and then they do, because like a brother came by my house. I have these big. He's like, "Do you want me? You need somebody to cut your trees down?" I said, "No, hell no. What do you? No, I don't want my trees cut down. Why are these niggas always cutting down trees? What is that? You don't want to rake a leaf? I hire somebody. Oh, I used to rake my leaves, but I hire somebody to get my leaves. But what the hell? It's a freaking tree that can block daggone 5G. It purifies your air. It provides you with oxygen. What in the world? So many things it's doing for your life. It's a living thing that is adding to your life, and you want to cut it to the nub. That's rude. That's crazy. That's how disconnected we are. And like I said, a lot of us have become so indoctrined by the Europe by the pale faces and these European standards that we don't even we're out of line with nature. We're gonna have a lot of heavy lifting to get this whole burden of this false culture that we've adopted in this country off of our backs, because it's blocking our true gifts and our true strengths for all this fake stuff. You don't even know what you're really capable of, because you're so bogged down by all these false daggone securities in this country, and it's not security. It's making you weak. You've been weakened by the ignorance that's been put upon you, but you need to let it go. Nature is nature is going to save everyone, and getting away and having real natural food, and having, like I told y'all, I had 2 eggs this morning from the hen, and I was like, I didn't even know I hadn't eaten since breakfast.
so that's the nutrients in the food giving you ain't even got to think about it.
I ain't even gotta think about it. I didn't even think that I hadn't eaten since breakfast. It's 7:30. I didn't even think about the fact that I hadn't eaten since breakfast. It wasn't even hungry that made me think. It was like, I'm tired. That's what made me think, well, I sure I'm tired. And I thought, well, maybe if I have something to eat, I might get a little energy. That's the only thing that made me think about food. I was not hungry because the quality of the eggs were on that level that I was good all day.
So
And
Lisa, any
it's something about, like, okay, when you take care of the plant, you're serving, you're actually honoring that nature, right? When you take care, you water it, you talk to the plant, you're honoring nature. When you talk to the animals and you hold them and you feed them and you make sure that their stuff straight, you honoring the animal. You make sure that they eating the right things. You're honoring the animal. It's a whole different level than what we're doing, where we're just existing, and we're not even really existing. And then we wonder why we feel the way we feel. You
and
wonder why
remember
everybody's so scared all the time. You need to be scared.
and remember, nature and nurture is the same word.
Right.
Nurture, all you're doing is nurturing your children. If you're nurturing, you're just giving them that nature. It's
Uh-huh.
simple. These concepts are simple.
Uh-huh. That's
So
right. Talk to the moon. Talk to your plants. Talk to the animals. Talk to the trees. Hug a tree. If you don't want to take your shoes off, you can at least hug a tree. And don't be all afraid of bugs. Don't be all afraid of. Don't be afraid. Just really, that, if anything, what we want to go into the 2022, don't don't leave fear in the 2021. Leave all that fear of these people and their friggin' whatever they're doing. Don't worry about their battle plans, because they got battle plans, they just don't have the execution. They got all kinds of plans, and they use them repeatedly and relentlessly, but they don't they don't have to, they don't got their execution down, and they definitely don't have the ability to figure us down. What they do know about us is that we can we can actually succumb to fear. And that's one thing that we can fix in the 2022. Let go of the fear. Don't be fearless. We need to not go into 2022 with fear of what anybody can do. Because what's the worst thing you will happen? You'll die, and then you won't be thinking about it. I mean, it really is no bad scenario. So
right.
why are we so afraid?
That's taught to us.
We
We
need
teach
to.
ourselves that when we go, in the like these people like these scary movies now.
Yeah.
We like being scared because scared allows you don't have to do anything when you're scared. It's kind of like when you call yourself an African or a Moor or a Muslim or something. You don't have to be responsible here because you're responsible to them. These are the ways they take you off the land. These
Right.
are the way they take you out of what you're supposed to be doing. You join other organizations that don't have a damn thing to do with you.
Oh
And
yeah.
you will stick your chest out and stand up and fight and argue to somebody for that idea.
Right.
It's not even an idea yours.
Right. Right. You fighting somebody else's fight, and they don't even care about the fight. Really. They just getting off on the fact that your energy is in the loop for them.
And shall we talk about the energy, cause energy? Because we're supposed to be here helping keep this part of the world, the part of the earth in balance.
Right.
We take other ideas, throw what was been over here forever. We throw that away and pick up some other that's the dumbest shit. All of these ideologies that they're teaching you, you 3-4 minutes into reading that shit and it's dumb. But we believe it and we put our hearts into it. We give billions in finances to these ideologies and these religious sects, and we won't even pass on what was given to us. So the person who said this sister was angry, nah, she ain't angry. You mean you would be angry if all you saw was stupid shit and you understood it.
Right.
Maybe you don't understand it,
Right.
but all you got to do is look at the history, and look at where you come from and where you're now going. Where you going now, and you damn sure don't look like you trying to do what your people left you.
Right.
That's true. So
That's right. That is true. So we have to kind of get ourselves back in focus, and all this stuff. Like, really, why are we worrying about anybody else when we really have to worry about saving ourselves and our families? And anything else that anybody else is talking about, they ain't for you. They're not really for anything. They're just for making themselves, you know, popular on the internet. That's all they're trying to do because, you know, the fact is that we really have to heal ourselves and heal our families and get ourselves in a place of safety. That's the goal. The goal is that as many people can actually get themselves organized in a real, respectable, actual, factual bloodline way, and start moving forward and getting back what is ours. That's the win. That is the win. Can we get as many people as possible doing that right now? Can we make that a goal for 2022? We need to make that on definitely at the top of the list. Let's let's leave fear in 2021 and let's move forward, taking real steps to get ourselves and our families safely re re re-identified as the original people that we are, and getting back our land. That's what we need to be doing. That's the goal. And even if you happen to be a European, Europeans got land too. If you're not an Indian, never fear. Love they one thing is for sure. If your ancestors are Black European, they was here about it and about it. They was trying to get land, and so odds are, if you're a Black European, you got land grants out there. So never fear. If you're not an Indian, there's still possibility for you to get your inheritance, and everybody needs to be working towards that. Because these folks are robbing you right in your face. They are imitating us right in our face, acting like they have the rights to things they never had a right to. They don't have a right to now. And it is outrageous. It is completely outrageous that this is happening. And they're just now really creeping up. They just in the last 20 years actually have been seizing up the land. They were scared to actually do it. But then when they found out ain't nobody watching them, they were like, okay, might as well go ahead and snatch it up. We got to keep our eye on the ball, and we got to make sure we let them know, hey, we watching. We Not only watching, we stopping you. We putting a stop to that. Ho 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 ho! Not only putting a stop on it, put, hit the brakes, put her in reverse. We are reversing this.
well, Lisa, are there any last words you want to leave us with before we kick off the weekend?
No, I don't have anything else. Is there anything else in the chat before we say goodbye? That's it for
Well,
me.
well, cool. I want to thank everybody in the chat for hanging out with us tonight. Really get with your families, find out your families, who they are, where they're from, what did they do, Start reading about what some of your family members did, and you'll probably realize that you have some similarities with them. Because see, not everybody left their homes in the South. Some of them were brave and stayed.
Well, okay, let's not. Somebody just said something about the Moors cohabited and married Indian woman to take the land from. Yeah, don't stop giving these people Moors. Just stop. Let's stop using that. First of all, because this Moor thing is an umbrella term that has no bearing. It is overutilized. It is applied to a social group. It's a social group. In reality, the black Europeans that married Indian women were all kinds of things. Some of them were Jews, right? Some of them were all kind. They were all kinds of people.
Yep.
So you Germans, some of them were Germans. So no, they weren't. Don't say, don't use, don't even give it, because all that does is throws gasoline on their whole damn theme. And we're not giving that theme no gas. They get no gas because it's ridiculous. It is a term that is overutilized and applied to a social sect that uses just worn out methodology to get some sort of um power or sense of independence in this country. Their time is up. It's their mechanisms don't work anymore more, and that's why they want to attach themselves to the Indian.
And remember, if their stuff didn't work where they're from, it damn sure ain't gonna work here. And you would think that's that simple to understand. This shit is simple, but we just can't let go. So do you
Right,
think what you do over here would work over in the Sahara Desert? No.
right. and
What
and 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 right, Gabe is right, because seriously, Moors is and most of the primary sources, when you see that word more used, it just means dark skinned. It doesn't mean a more from certain place, or it doesn't even mean, it isn't even applied to those from Italy or anything like that. It just means dark skin in most of the primary sources. Okay, so all these people that want to just go all off on it and try to dig deep and make all these broad sweeping assumptions are just doing that. And why are they doing that? Because they don't want to focus on who they really are. They don't even know if they are more. They're not even looking at their own real genealogy. And really, I think the government is paying them to be a distraction to the Indian. So I wouldn't trust anybody who is not, like I said, encouraging you to get with your family, find out who your real people are, and get your real stuff back. If they're not talking about that, then don't trust them.
it's just that simple. At
Right.
least I want to thank you for hanging out with me this Friday, and looking forward to next Friday.
Me
And
too.
and to the chat, look, y'all, we see what's going on in the world. Is this what we gonna tell our kids? We just sat around and watched and didn't do nothing. We didn't care. Like you said, find your families. You don't know who you are, what your people did. And when you find out, you damn sure not gonna act like you acting now. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Peace.